It's just so peaceful out here. Just love nature. Um, Even in the midst of the bridges and cars, just seeing the water and the greenery. It's just beautiful out here. It's nice and quiet. There's not the noise that I'm used to, of people and places and machines and voices. It's just beautiful out here. So I'm out in Dorchester County, birthplace of Harriet Tubman, and actually home of the Ironman 70.3 every June and the full Ironman every September. So took today off with tomorrow being my 44th birthday. Just wanted a little break. It's been intense at work with just building this budget, working around the clock, working out twice a week, working out hard on the week, twice a day, working hard on the weekends. Just needed a little break and wanted to celebrate. I was supposed to come out here with my family, but it was supposed to rain all day and my wife couldn't leave until like 2-3 o'clock. So just came out here first thing this morning thinking I would just come out here and get a sense of how I feel being on the ground where the race actually happens at. But I think I know what the answer is. I think I just need to be patient. I was strongly considering doing that race next year. Had all of my races going off this year. Hold on, I got somehow the video's recording and the music's still playing. So my plan was to do all of my races. I had 4 half marathons. I got a 3-pack from the Rock and Roll Marathon. So I was supposed to do DC in March, Virginia Beach Labor Day weekend, and then Philadelphia in mid-September. I was also signed up for the historic half marathon, which is in Virginia, about an hour from my house. It's a large race. It's one of the largest half marathons in the country. But there are 3 races. They say there are 35,000 total runners. There's a 5K, a 10K, and then a half marathon. There are 35,000 runners between the 3. So that was my 4th half marathon. Then I was signed up for, that was in, I think, May 17th. Then I was signed up for Olympic distance triathlon, which is about a 1-mile swim, a 25-mile bike ride, and a 10K 6.2-mile race run at the end. That was in Maryland, June 20th. And then this past weekend, the one that just passed, I was supposed to do the New York City Triathlon, which is one of the largest Olympic distance triathlons in the country. That was the same distance, mile swim, a 25-mile bike ride, and 6.2-mile run. And then I had two full marathons, the Chicago Marathon in October and the Philadelphia Marathon in November. I did the Philadelphia one because I signed up for it last year. I was trying to do 2 and I got injured and couldn't run it, so just had some unfinished business there. Every race I signed up for is canceled, but I basically had the mindset that if I went through all these races without a hiccup and I saw how I felt actually doing the half marathons, I was going to look into doing the Ironman 70.3 in this very park next June, and then the full Ironman that September. So that was my initial plan, but I won't commit to doing anything like that because the marathon that I ran last year is the most difficult thing I've ever done athletically. And keep in mind, I got hurt. So I ran 18 miles on a bad knee. Not sure how it would have felt after the training, but I do feel like before I could commit to doing a full Ironman, which is a 2.4 mile swim, a 110 mile bike ride, and then finishing it off with a marathon. I need to do a marathon and feel like I still had a lot left in the tank. So I think it's important to do those 2 marathons, the Chicago and Philadelphia marathons, and then make a decision, which is why I'm setting such a high goal. I don't know if I'll reach it or not, and I'm not scared to fail at something. But I want to see if I can run those 2 marathons next year at under 4 hours and feel like I crushed them, and feel like at the end, like I still had a lot left in the tank. Mind you, listening to triathletes, they say the run is the most challenging part, so I should not go into that feeling like I should feel like I could finish a marathon, then swim 2.5 miles, and then bike 110 miles. The run will take more out of you than any other parts of the race. This one guy, Lionel Sanders, said the real race for him starts when the run starts. He says he's conserving energy but working hard during the swim and the bike, but he leaves everything with the run. So I don't want to go into this and feel like at the end of a marathon I should feel like I still have a ton of energy left. I don't know how to gauge it, but I do think it's important to, and that was my reasoning going into this year. I really wanted to hammer these 2 marathons, Chicago and Philly, and feel like, you know what, I did it in under 4 hours. If I start this race after swimming 2.5 miles and 10 miles, I may not be able to do it in 4 hours, but I could do it in 5 or 6. And that's really what I'm aiming for. I want to feel like it's not an out-of-body experience, because I don't know, I could have gone another step last year when I finished that marathon in Baltimore. It was the most difficult thing I've ever done. So just came out here to get a sense of if that will push me over the edge and say, you know what, I'm out here, I'm so hyped up, I'm going to do it. The competitor in me basically says, I have a year and change to do this. How the hell can I not get in shape? I did the marathon. I can get to the point by the end of this year where a marathon feels easy, and then I still have 6 months to do this, that, and the third. And I'm not going to look at it like that. I'm going to look at it from the perspective of, I think I had laid out a great year for myself, and I'm going to use this year to get my weight down, my fitness better, and I'll be patient. I'll be very patient about this, because that is a commitment to 15 to 20. A full Ironman is a commitment of 15 to 20 hours a week of training. So as beautiful as it is out here, you know, just looking off into the water and the bridge I just drove over. Oh, as beautiful as it is, and as many times as I've watched that damn Ironman video on YouTube, I'm gonna be patient about this. I think I made a wise decision from the start. I will improve my fitness, and I'm setting a goal of being able to run a 10-minute mile in the aerobic zone, which for me, zone 2 starts at it peaks at 1:45. And I'll use this time wisely and get to the point where next year I can maintain that kind of pace, and I'll get faster through next year. And I'll need to get to the point where I could probably do an 8.5 minute mile. A 4-hour marathon is about a 9-minute and 15-second pace. I haven't done that yet, but I'm also still 268 pounds. So I feel very confident that when I get down to 230, I'll be much, much faster. So I'm gonna be patient, not gonna jump off the ledge, but I will be in this water hopefully in 2022. So I'm gonna sign off here, and great job, weatherman. It's pouring out here. I was supposed to bring my family out here today.